there.
Hi.
So now that we've settled in a little bit, we're here under the mango trees where we're staying. So we thought we'll tell you how much it actually costs to travel to St Helena.
Yeah.
Let's talk money.
Let's talk money.
Because of our situation with the baby, which she isn't on camera, we had to take a flight from Heathrow in London. So we took an overnight flight.
Yeah, it just worked out better for us to do a direct flight from Heathrow and overnight because that tied in with what we needed for the baby. But of course, you don't have to take a direct flight. You can take a connecting flight and you don't have to fly out of Heathrow. But that's the route that we took.
You basically have to get yourself to Johannesburg.
Some way, somehow, get yourself to Joburg.
So for us, that was a train to Heathrow and then from Heathrow to Johannesburg. Excluding the train fare, which is horrendous in England anyway. We have a return flight for about £1,900.
For the three of us.
For the three of us, yes.
Yeah.
So that's to get to Joburg. And then, like we said, because of the flight to St Helena flying out at 9 o'clock or so in the morning.
So we timed it so that we would have the overnight flight to arrive in Joburg, have an overnight stay, and then be there to make sure that we had the morning flight the following day.
Yeah, so you have to have an overnight stay in Joburg. We did encounter.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, we did
You're gonna
encounter.
have to take 1 or 2 nights. Yeah.
Loads of people also do the same thing as us, so that costs roughly about 80 quid for the one we were staying. We just stayed in an airport hotel, but you don't have to do that. There's several airport hotels in Johannesburg. Just pick one, but they're like between 80 to 100 quid.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. And so then the flight from Joburg, like Emma Jane said, leaves at 9, and it's a 6-hour flight to St Helena, and then a 4-hour flight back because you have to make a stopover in Namibia. Which stops at, we were the first people to stop at Walvis Bay.
Yes, we were.
Which is basically an airstrip in the middle of the desert.
Yeah,
It was
just for refueling. You're not getting off the plane.
Yeah, it's slightly longer, and they have to refuel in case they need to turn around
and come back.
So they need to not film. But the return flight is a little shorter. It's 4 hours. And so for that flight, per person I got the numbers, was about £800 each for me and Emma Jane return, and £166 for the baby.
I should point out as well, with the 1,900 for the flight from the UK to South Africa, I said it was for the three of us.
The baby's free.
International flights for children under the age of 2 is free because they're sitting in your lap. So you saved a bit of money there.
So all in all, the flight to and from St Helena for the three of us this time was £1,766 to get to St Helena and to get off again. So roughly similarly, a little bit cheaper than getting yourself to Joburg for us from the UK, but roughly around
the same. Yeah.
Around the same. And then that gets us to kind of accommodation and stay on the island. Now, we're staying in a self-catering place in Jamestown with the Constantines, which is called the Chalet, which is lovely. As you can see, we're sitting under the mango trees.
Yeah, it's a beautiful part of St Helena.
Yeah, Jamestown is where I grew up, so I love it here. The accommodation for self-catering on the island can range from £25 to up to like £60-70 a night. So depending on where you stay, the St Helena Tourist Office has a range of options for accommodation. If you're interested in self-catering, for hotels, it can be upwards of £100 per night. But you get a different experience. A lot of saints do return and stay with family or so forth. But if you're visiting, that's kind of roughly the ranges you're looking at, depending on where you want to stay.
There's kind of quite a big range, so it caters for all different types of travelers, all different tastes and all different requirements. We needed a house because we had a small child, and it just makes life a lot more easier for us, but you might want something slightly different. And like I said, the price range is quite a vast range because it's catering for all those different types of travelers.
And then just generally living on the island for your stay, car hire ranges from £12 to £15 a day. Again, depending on your length of stay, you can work that out. food is somewhat more expensive, well, comparably. No, it's more expensive than the UK.
Yeah.
So
it
supermarkets,
is.
it's one of the contentious issues on the island. We won't go into too much detail, but just be aware that food costs can be a bit higher than you think because of the import and so forth.
Yeah.
And then eating out is, depending on where you eat out, again, there's a range of options. If you want to go somewhere kind of a bit more fancy, say,
Yeah.
like
For a special meal.
for a special meal,
An
then
anniversary.
yeah, main course has got to like £10 and upwards. If you're just wanting a little snack for lunch or something, it can be like £5 to £8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a range of options, or you can just go fishing, like we've been doing, for your dinner. But so all in all, our kind of travel and accommodation and so forth. Well, just to travel, just to get to St Helena,
Yes.
just to get here,
Just to get here.
outside of accommodation and car hire and all the rest of it.
And food and living costs and
I've got the number. It's £3,820.
roughly.
Right.
Give or take a few clicks.
Yeah. So that's the actual cost of getting to St Helena is just under £4,000. To travel to St Helena and visit, you're probably looking at upwards of £4,000. So
Easy.
between £4,000 to £5,000 for a stay on St Helena. Was it worth it?
Yes, it was
Yes.
definitely worth
Yeah,
it.
definitely
It was
worth
definitely
it.
worth
Definitely worth it. Like I said, we've settled in a bit now, and some of the things we've done, like we've seen dolphins, like literally a couple of meters away from you, up close,
Yeah. We've hiked up Diana's Peak.
which is spectacular.
Spectacular at any time of the year. You climbed Jacob's Ladder.
Stupid idea.
We've done loads of hiking. We've eaten loads of St. Helenian food. Gone fishing. Really.
It's most definitely worth coming if you can afford it, obviously, is because everybody's really friendly, the food's wonderful, and the scenery is spectacular. So despite all of the money, would you come again?
Of course.
Well, that's because you're born here. So
Well,
yeah.
we're slightly biased because
Yeah.
we're from here and we love it, and it's an amazing place to always keep coming back to and to live even. So yeah, fully endorse paying that amount of money to come here.
Come and visit. Come on.